Uh, this is Wag Chicago. It's the 17th day of September. They tell you, but it ain't. And it's the mainstream news, we'll call it, is picking up on the CCP at the Alaska border, right? Oh, where's my picture? Hang on. I had the screen too small. I'm using my other computer. So, U.S. Coast Guard makes, this is, by the way, out of Daily Wire, U.S. Coast Guard makes contact with 4 Chinese naval ships near the coast of Alaska, at 45 miles off the coast. United States Coast Guard said in an interview, said in news release this week that it made contact with 4 Chinese naval vessels near the coast of Alaska. Quote, crews interacted with local, national, and international vessels throughout the Arctic. During the deployment, Brodoff and Kimball observed 4 ships. 4. By the way, who's near Alaska? Russia's right there, right? They got a whole bunch of ships there too, especially in the Arctic. They have a huge base with a nuclear reactor for power. It's a city that can, sprinkle down on North America, let's say, where we're at. Anyways, I don't know where I just got sidetracked. Crews interacted with the local whatever. Okay. From People's Liberation Army Navy, PLAN, operating as close as 46 miles off the Aleutian Island coast, USCG said in a statement. While the ships were within the U.S. exclusive economic zone, they followed international laws and norms. At no point entered U.S. territorial waters. Yeah, they're like 10 miles outside of the water. Right? That makes you feel better. See, they were only at 45 miles. I think it's 25 miles. So 20 more miles and they're beaching up in Alaska, but there's no beachfront there probably. I don't know. I never been there, but maybe on the Russian side, maybe they dock there because it's only 45 miles. See what I'm saying? It's like you could throw a baseball almost across. You could fly your little toy drone across it, I bet. The plan task force include a guided missile. Listen what they have equipment here. The plan task force included a guided missile cruiser, a guided missile destroyer, a general intelligence vessel, and an auxiliary vessel, whatever that means. The Chinese vessels conducted military and surveillance operations during their deployment to the Bering Sea and North Pacific Ocean. They're in the North Pacific because they're in Japan. Remember, I reported that a few weeks ago, a few months ago now. And Russia's over by Hawaii, right by Pearl Harbor. You ever hear of that? So we got Russian ships in Pearl Harbor. We got Chinese ships in Japan. And now we got Chinese ships at the Alaska border, which I reported on the other day. I get that off the interweb. So now it's almost a week later. You're hearing about it in the news now. See how this works? All interactions between the U.S. Coast Guard and plan were in accordance with international standards. I heard they were chasing around. The video I showed you, they showed the boat getting chased around. But maybe that, there's propaganda on both sides. Who somewhere in the middle is the truth. But the video kind of shows we look like idiots. Anyways, unplanned encounters at sea, etc. The statement comes as China has shown increased aggression towards the United States. Yeah, no shit. Because half or 40% of the military is quit. I think 200,000 soldiers are literally quitting right now because of the forced thing, whatever that thing may be. Think of zombies or something. I don't know. I can't think right now. Including mocking and disrespecting the U.S. on U.S. soil earlier this year. No, that was like a week ago. Earlier this year, my ass. They just said that a week. I reported on this how many times? They just said a couple days ago, and they said a few months ago, but now they're here. So they said they're going to whoop some U.S. ass because we're weak, which we are. We're worried about what 75th thing you are, you're identifying as a goat or whatever. That's what our military is worried about. And Russia and China don't have those problems. Oh, you know what, too? Russia and China aren't forcing the, let's call it rape of an object. Maybe, how about this? They're not getting pricked. You see what I'm saying? Why? But our military is, and now they got to be forced to quit. So what happens if 40% of the military quits, roughly? Well, that's going to be most of your experienced guys. All your battle-torn guys are going to be gone. Oh, we're weak. No, right? And then what happens? The blue helmets, think of that. Oh, my. Swag Chicago, this is no joke. I'll put a link in the description for the rest of the article. I'm out. Better wake up.